This week on the Autocar show, we test drive Audi's new flagship sedan, the A8L. We hit the highway with Bajaj's Avenger 220. And we celebrate the Mahindra Bolero's 10th anniversary.
Now, the luxury car segment in India is growing with leaps and bounds, and within that segment, of course, you have the upper end of that segment, which is the likes of the Mercedes S-Class, the BMW 7 Series, and the Audi A8. Mercedes S-Class, of course, has been very well entrenched. The 7 Series has given it a bit of a challenge, but the Audi A8 has been under the radar up till now. Because now we have the all-new Audi A8, and this is the long wheelbase version, perfect for getting chauffeured around it, and we're here in Germany to take a test drive.
Well, here it is, Audi's all-new, almighty flagship sedan, the A8. It's been made from the ground up with an all-new aluminum space frame chassis. It's got new interiors and new engines. I was at the wheel of an incredibly potent petrol motor. It has 372 bhp on tap. Factor in 45.4 kg of pulling power and you get a clear picture of what the motor is really like.
You're driving the 4.2 V8 FSI motor and it is quite sprightly. Put your foot down and it just gets going. For a car of this size, it feels very impressive. And what makes it all the more better is the 8-speed gearbox.
Direct injection improves responsiveness, but the 8-speed ZF gearbox deserves a lot of the credit too. It pours out all the performance in a creamy yet potent manner. Audis have a style all of their own. Immense power is made all the more alluring with the focus on the guy behind the wheel. Paddle shifts are offered to give the driver control over gear changes, and the ZF gearbox just doesn't disappoint. Downshifts are quick while upshifts are smooth too. In automatic mode, you can hardly tell when the gear changes. However, if you really want to crank things up, all you need to do is press one button.
Now the A8L can be sporty. Just put it into dynamic mode and you'll feel the suspension just hunker down a little bit. You'll feel the gearbox really get aggressive. It'll stay in a gear, rev longer. Even when you downshift, it'll keep the revs up, which really makes it a lot better to drive.
Everything can be tailored to your likes and dislikes. The electro-hydraulic steering also changes character. There's more weight and a bit more feedback.
In dynamic mode again, the steering wheel does weigh up quite well, though it's not very consistent and it could do with more feedback.
So the A8 isn't the sportiest demi-limo out there. But then what matters even more in a car like this is its ability to be effortless, no matter what it does. And that's where the A8 just blew me away.
It's really a testament as to how good the Audi A8L is here at triple digit speeds, really silly speeds out here on the Autobahn. It feels like it's dawdling.
With the power of quattro and adjustable air suspension, the A8 isolates its occupants from the world outside very effectively. There was hardly anything to bother us on the smooth roads despite riding on the massive 19-inch rims. But is the A8 smooth enough to sign your next big contract without messing up the details?
Now the Audi's always had good ride quality, but it could be a little bit clunky. Now the A8 really is a lot better than before. It is very pliant. On these roads, it feels very subtle. But over the bumps, it still retains just a bit of that clunkiness. But overall, I think it's a much better ride.
What puts everything else about the A8 in the shade is the way it feels on the inside. It's definitely going to give other cars in the segment a complex. The backseat experience can be quite special. While the standard A8 may feel a bit short on space, the long wheelbase version that will come to India is a pleasure to be in, as I found out.
Quite clearly and quite obviously, the focus in the A8L is on the backseat. Starting off with the legroom. You've got extra 13 centimeters of legroom here, which really makes a huge difference, along with everything else, one of which is this seat. It just reclines back, stretches out, So when you're doing long distances, you're not jetting off to your factory, this is really a comfortable place to be in. Other than that, you've got lots of goodies like massaging seats, you've got them cool, you've got that optional entertainment system. So, you know what, the journey can be really quite comfortable and fun.
No matter how many times I say it, it's just not enough. The A8's backseat is incredible. The optional multimedia package brings in 10.2-inch screens that are really big, and the individual seats really felt so good. They seem sculpted like a sports car seat while keeping the comfort of a first-class seat from an aircraft. Really exquisite. So if you want a 5-seater, you'll have to go without the individual seat. The extras on offer are also very tempting and will be enough to inflate this car's price by several lakhs or maybe even tens of lakhs. For instance, the A8 comes with a pop-up riding pad, it's got a drinks chiller, panoramic sunroof, LMI controls at the rear, a Bang & Olufsen music system with 19 speakers pumping out 1460 watts. The A8 also comes with its very own Wi-Fi connection, so you have high-speed internet on the go without cables. It's all routed via the car computer utilizing a 3G connection. The instruments are extremely impressive to look at as well. Cutting-edge technology abounds. The touchpad for the driver is an ever-changing screen as well. The multimedia interface sat-nav screen uses 3D modeling and Google Maps. Despite all this, the A8 doesn't feel geeky. Audi cabins generally have a special feel about them, and the traditional luxury elements are used in a manner to keep the geeky stuff under wraps. It is quite a symphony. The wood inserts look beautiful. The dash will really be the envy of other cars in this class. The yacht-like gear lever is great to look at and hold. The leatherwork is impeccable. The attention to detail is evident and leaves a lasting impression. Now Audi's made quite a statement with the interiors, just the same way they created a ripple when they first unveiled the Bavarian Beard Grille, an Audi signature. The crisp design style has evolved, with LED lights in the headlamp cluster becoming another Audi signature. The A8 has all these elements and creates a very smart, subdued looking package. But I don't think it'll be any simpler. The end result is a smart car with a lot of presence, but surprisingly similar to its siblings. For those wanting a bit of zing in their entry, the A8 might be a bit understated. But that's Audi's intention. They wanted to create an understated yet classy car. How many buyers in India will appreciate that remains to be seen.
Now the Audi A8L has all the trappings of a super luxury car. It's got lots of space on the inside. It's got lots of equipment. It is a comfortable car to be in, much better than before. Even the ride quality is improved. And when it comes to driving, it is quite an involving car, though not an all-out driver's car. It's going to be coming with a couple of really strong engines as well to India when it comes in later on this year towards the the last quarter of this year, probably around October. But the one area that I'm still not so sure about is the looks. The Audi A8 has a nice, subtle, yet sharp look to it, but it lacks that flair that Indians typically look for in their cars. But I guess we'll only find out when it gets there.
After the break, we have the Bajaj Avenger 220 and the Mahindra Bolero.